Today, I'm going to be going over something that I think should help a lot of those, earlier game players who do not have Emin5 and cannot use a Juju. I'm going to be, in this video, comparing and contrasting the Juju with the Spirit Bow, which, if you didn't know, was recently changed into a short bow. So I'm wondering, can early game players use this as an alternative to the Juju instead of having to waste hours of their lives grinding tier 1s to Emin5 to be able to use the Juju again? And that's what we're going to be going over here today. So before we get into the video, got to be a good little YouTuber guy. Got to ask you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're feeling generous, you can hit the notification bell. If you're feeling extremely generous, you can join my Discord server and follow me on Twitch. Both linked in the description. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Before we begin, I suppose I should say, if you had any misconceptions about this video, about me telling you that the Spirit Bow is going to be better than the Juju, it's not. The Spirit Bow is much worse than the Juju. If you can use a Juju, use a Juju. The Spirit Bow, I'm just looking into as an alternative for people who can no longer use their Juju because of the Emin Slayer requirement. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at these. I have two of these bows in my inventory right now. I was going to compare two clean ones, but it's really hard to get a clean Juju right now, so I ended up just getting this Juju right here, and I bought a Spirit Bow that was somewhat similar. I got them both for around 13 to 14 mil. I don't exactly remember what, but they're not exactly super expensive. So if we look at the Juju, we are sitting with hot potato books, so damage is going to be sitting at 361 and strength at 71 with crit chance at 11% and crit damage at 186% with a 0.5 second shot cooldown. Now if we look over the Spirit Bow, it's a little bit worse with 251 damage, 140 strength, with 75 crit damage, no crit chance, with a 0.8 second shot cooldown. Now, this is a short bow, and this is also a short bow, which is why I'm comparing them. And then also another thing, you can use this while a ghost in dungeons. Very cool. And yeah, there's really nothing else super special about these, so I figure we better do a damage test. So just to, see how much better the Juju actually is. So let's just do it on a standard zombie. In my Necron with my Balpet apparently, let's swap that over to a Tiger. But I'm doing 147k, around about 150k damage per hit with this Juju right here. Now if we swap over to the Spirit Bow, we are going to be doing a bit less. Yeah, around about 100k to 110k. Sometimes critting for like 126k. But as you can see, it's actually not that much worse than the Juju. Now, I mean, if I were to, use this Juju right here, my, like, completely maxed out one, it's going to be way better. But, as you can see, it's not that much worse. The Juju is, on average, doing 20 to 30k more damage than this, up to about 50k more. But I'd say the Spirit Bow is actually a viable alternative. And also the Spirit Bow is legendary compared to, this being epic, although I don't think that really matters that much. But I do have one more test that I think it should go through. This is not going to be a very long video at all. I want to see how viable the Spirit Bow is in dungeons. Now some of y'all may be running down to the comments section right now and saying, oh, Endthr, the Spirit Bow and Juju, they both work in dungeons because of the bug with the Catacombs level. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but if you have the Catacombs level to use the bow, then it'll work in dungeons. Yeah, that is probably going to get patched, which is why I'm still going to compare it, so that once it does get patched, you know how the comparison works out. So hold your horses on the angry commenting. So I am here in a dungeon. I had one of my guildmates help me get into here. Thank you very much, Mr. Bigman Stellar. But we are going to be testing this out real fast. I am currently sitting on Archer, as all Juju Nons will. But yeah, we are going to be testing the damage between the Juju and the Spirit Bow. Now, a couple things I should go over real fast is that we are in F6 at the moment, and I'm not using my F6 setup at the moment, so let me swap to that. I just need to take this off and put this on. I'm completely messing this up. But if we put that on, and there we go, my F6 setup, Maxer boots, and a golden sedan head. Now, I am also Kata 29, which will skew this a tiny bit. So with all that information in mind, let's go ahead and test this. So let's say against a zombie knight, we're doing around 3 million damage. And let's see against this fell. Again, around 3 million damage, and this is with a Juju. Yeah, it seems to average out around 3 to 3.5 million damage, doing 3.3k on average. Now, if we swap over to the Spirit Bow, let's see what this does. It looks to be doing around about 2 million damage, and I guess we'll also test it against this Lost Adventure right here. As you can see, it shredded it pretty well, and 2.8 million, and 2.3. Alright, so it seems to be hovering around 2.2 to 2.5 million damage, which is a decent chunk less than the Juju, but only by about 500k, which is not a ton in dungeons. So I'd say for all like the people who would be, Juju nonning in the earlier floors, I mean like probably floors 3 through 5, possibly 6, I'd say the Spirit Bow is a viable alternative for once that bug gets fixed. As of now, while the bug is not fixed, just go ahead and use your Juju. But I would have to say with this not super thorough test, that the Spirit Bow is a viable alternative. Alrighty, I ended up clearing out the rest of the dungeon, and we are going to see how the Spirit Bow fares in the boss fight. Now, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to solo this because I have basically no blessings, but I think we should probably get the golems first, and hopefully they don't one-tap me. Oh, goodness. But they are going to be doing significantly more damage to me because I have no blessings. So yeah, as you can see, it is viable. Now I am doing this solo. This will be a whole lot easier to do in, a situation where you have a team. So I'm just going to clear the rest of these with my regular Juju just to get this out of here. Oh, okay, well, Terracottas woke up. Anyway, might as well see how this Spirit Bow fares. Now, I am going to die. But yeah, I killed like 1 or 2 of the Terracottas. Now, keep in mind, this was solo. I had no teammates and no blessings. Normally, I am able to solo it if I do actually get blessings, but yeah, as you can see, I actually was able to kill the golems with it. And you can use this as a ghost, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and I'll see if I can get a party with some of my guildmates, do one run real fast, just to see what it looks like in a 5-team. And we are back in the boss fight, and this time I do actually have a full team, so we will be able to test the Spirit Bow out pretty accurately. Now, we do have a Height Mage this time, so every one of these Terracottas is going to die very quickly. So let me see here. We're doing about 200 to 300 damage, I think, with a little bit of fire aspect, or flame, or whatever that is in the middle. I don't know. I couldn't read the numbers very well, but just know I am doing damage to them. And I don't know, the Spirit Bow's gotten me to milestone 6 so far. So we will see what happens against the Giants. Apparently at 299. Not sure how that happened. But if we just shoot these boys, doing around 600 to 800k damage, I did actually see that one, and also hit milestone 7 using the Spirit Bow. Not too bad. But all we have left is Sedan, actually, so I'm just going to clear up my inventory a little bit while we are waiting. Very nice, very, very nice indeed. But yeah, we just got to wait for Sedan to come out of the hole. So yeah, that's the end. I do hope that I have proven to you that the Spirit Bow is a viable alternative to Juju until you hit EMN 5. I personally think it is, and I think it's gonna skyrocket in price very soon. Because, it's about the same price as Juju right now, but I feel like in the near future it may go up to like 15, 20 mil, just because I think it's going to become the new Juju. Now, that is just my opinion. I don't know much about this game. At least so my comment section tells me. But yeah, that is the end. I do hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll hopefully see you on the next one, and goodbye.